Hey yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose back at it again with another Gems of War top 10 video for you guys. Now in this one, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 mages in Gems of War. And you know we've considered a number of these topics already, so top 10 assassins, top 10 defenders, and the top 10 generators. Now it's time to consider the top 10 mages in Gems of War. And yeah, let's get into it. Number 10 on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War, number 10 is the Foxfire King. So the Foxfire King is a Wargear Fae from the Court of Foxes faction, which is associated with Volpacia, right? It's a very easily acquired troop, and he sits in the number 10 spot because of his spell, Cunning Flame. He will choose one, deal magic +1 true damage to all enemies, and that's where the good part of the spell is, because the majority of the times we're never going to be targeting a weaker enemy here. We want to do the true damage, and that's where this troop shines. Along with that, it has deep magic, so it can gain 2 magic when attacking delves. There's a 25% natural mana start, and it has a 50% chance to Fair Fire an enemy whenever you match red gems. Alright, so this is the team for the Foxfire King that I tend to like. Up front on the team, we're going to be having the Ruby Macaque weapon. This is going to be dealing true damage to all enemies. Along with that, the Foxfire King is in the second slot, followed by King Oberon. This is the Fae troop that gives a 50% mana star to all Faes, then Leprechaun at the back of the team. Now you guys are noticing here, this is a pure Fae team, so as a result, I'm gaining a +18 to magic, right? Which will allow my troops here to do a lot of damage to enemy troops for true damage, sometimes even one-shotting on Explore 12, which is amazing. I think this week it has the ability to one-shot simply because of the bonus. All Fae troops are gaining 10% to their skills this week. The banner on this team is the Spirit Fox banner from the Court of Foxes, same faction. It's a +2 on red, +1 on green, then we're minusing yellow because we're using no troops that have yellow mana. And this is the setup for the class right here. Notable talents are the Fire Starter, the Gift of Fire, the Firebringer, and of course we have Fireblade set for the final talent. Alright, so let's back out of here. And I want to go to a kingdom in which I can ensure to have a red storm. So let's go to Wild Plains right here. And let's try out this pick. The Foxfire King sits at number 10 on the list. Alright, so first assignment, once you see Leprechaun on the team, to cast Leprechaun, see if you can get the troop spell ready. Alright, let's follow up Ruby Macaque. There we go, and now can we kill? Almost did, almost did. Let's match it again, and see if we can get that sucker spell ready once more. Gonna be a slow start here, but there we go. Spell ready, and now, come on, let's kill him. Alright, so that is it. The Foxfire King is number 10 on the list for the top 10 mages in Gems of War. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War is Queen Titania. Now, Queen Titania is a Fae Mystic from Bright Forest, right? It's a 16 mana cost legendary troop. Spell is Summer Dream. It will deal magic +2 damage to all enemies boosted by red enemies and allies. And if there are 13 or more red gems on the board, she will gain an extra turn. Now right there, I think this is one reason why Queen Titania stands above the Foxfire King. The fact that it can gain an extra turn is amazing. So you might be able to follow up and deal more damage to enemies if you can get the spell ready again, or maybe follow up with another damage dealer that is already spell ready. I think that Queen Titania is one of the best mages in Gems of War. In addition to that, she is immune to Fair Fire and Burning, and also she has a 100% chance to Fair Fire a random enemy whenever you match 4 or more gems, as opposed to the Foxfire King, which can only deal Fair Fire 50% of the time per matching red gem. It is a give and take, but I think that this stands out because of that extra turn option, even though the Foxfire King is dealing true damage as opposed to regular AoE damage. Alright, so let's take a look at the team for the Queen Titania. It's very similar to the previous one. We're still using the Hierophant class, but we switched off the weapon to the Summer's Fury weapon. This deals damage to all enemies and it creates a red gem. In the weapon upgrades here, I think it also has the ability to destroy a random red gem. It burns the first enemy and it purifies the first enemy, which allows the weapon to deal a lot more damage the second time around, or a lot more damage from a secondary damage dealer. The setup for the class is the same. King Oberon on this team. I like using this team on Explore 9, right? So really quick clearing Explore 9 team, two-shotting enemies. And I should say, I said one shot on the Foxfire King video. I really meant a two-shotting team. That's what the Foxfire King does on the number 10 pick, I should say. Kind of mixing myself up here. The banner on this team is the Crypt banner from the Crypt Keepers faction. It's a +2 on red, +1 on purple. They're minusing green because we're exploding green with Leprechaun. All right, let's go into a fight right here. This is a Explore 9 fight in Wild Plains. Right, so same assignment. Explode Leprechaun. Get the troop spell ready. If we have 13 or more gems on the board, we would follow up with this. If we don't, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. We still got the win. That was a two-shotting win. Let's try it again to see if it works a little bit better. All right, do we have a 4-gem match? No, Leprechaun. Didn't get spell ready off of that one, but we might need to match some gems here. That kind of sucks. No red gems on the... boy. Boy, oh boy. Can we get some alignment? There we go. Got it ready. And they took up... Oh, we got the alignment. There we go. We got the 13 or more red gems. And that's what we're looking for. Majority of the times, though, you want to go much faster with this team because, as I said before, this is more like a trophy farming team. But I think that Queen Titania rightly sits at number 9 on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War. Let's move on now to number 8. Now, what is the number 8 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Number 8 is Commander Dawnheart. Now, Commander Dawnheart is a much newer troop than the others, right? This is a Divine Knight from Whitehelm with a 16 mana cost. It's a legendary troop. Devoted Wrath is the spell. It will deal magic +2 damage to 4 random enemies boosted by my armor. And this is one of the most powerful legendary troops in the game, right? If you're able to buff up this guy's armor, he's able to deal a lot of damage, man. And based on his damage type as well, he will bypass Submerge. So if enemy troops are submerged, you can't hit them with your standard AoE damage. This is a good troop to pull for right here. He also has a good setup for traits as well, right? He's impervious, so you don't have to worry about any pesky status effects, entangle, anything else, or like the Devour, Lycanthropy, Mana Burn. That type of stuff will not work against this. It has a 40% skull damage reduction, and it has Armor of Heaven as well. It will gain 4 armor when matching yellow gems. A pretty good troop, man. An all-around good troop right here. And on the right team, he can be amazing. All right, let's take a look at the team here. I think I showed this before when the troop was released. Up front, we're going to be having the Shield of Erskaya. This is going to be giving armor to my Commander Dawnheart here. It will give an ally magic +1 armor boosted by all enemy attack. So the stronger the enemy's attack is, the more armor this is going to be pushing out. It will enrage and barrier them as well. In the weapon upgrades, it actually has a decent setup here. Let's take a look at it. Always want to highlight the weapon upgrades. It has Stunned. It will stun the first enemy. It has Sacred. It will bless myself. It has Radiant. It will give 1 mana to all allies, all allies on the team, including itself. And it has Shielding. It will barrier myself. So you get 2 barriers here. You get a barrier for the hero. You get a barrier for the troop you're casting it on, which is pretty good. And it also gains 4 armor every single time you cast the weapon. So Thrall is going to be on this team as the main mana generator here, destroying about 59 gems, magic +4 gems. And then the Gravesayer is going to be here for a quick converting of green gems into purple to power up my Thrall and enchanting the strongest ally because it is empowered. Let's take a look at the banner on this team. The banner here is the Obsidian banner from the Obsidian Depths faction. This is a +2 on purple, +1 on brown. They were minusing green because obviously we're converting green away off the board right here. Yeah, so let's hop into the fight. This is, let's get out of that kingdom. Let's head over to Golvania. This is a pesky kingdom with a lot of troops that possibly could submerge, like for example Kelpie right here. This has the ability to submerge every single time it takes damage, and we don't have to worry about that using the commander Dawnheart. This sits at the number 8 position on the list. Right, so this is battle number 1. Let's see if we can make this a quick one. Let's see if we can get a convert here for Thrall. If we don't see it, we're gonna just match some gems. So let's match that down. And all right, let's match this down as well. Oh, there we go. 4+ gem matches out the hoo-ha. There we go. Got an extra turn off a Thrall. Let's take this off the board. Let's cast this on the troop right here. Deal some damage. There, we picked up a kill. Look at that. Picked up a kill off of the first cast. Enemy here is causing a problem. Now let's cast him again. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I like that, man. Commander Dawnheart is one of the best mages in the game. Let's play another fight. Right as well? Yeah, let's do it. Do we have alignment? No, we do not. So let's shuffle the board around here. Oh, yeah, we do have alignment. There we go. We don't need much gem matches to get Thrall spell ready. Just a tiny amount, especially when we're plussing his colors. Let's cast this on that. Follow up with this. There we go. We picked up a kill, man. Dawnheart again. Ooh. Ooh. That bad boy hitting. Yeah, man. Commander Dawnheart sits at the number 8 position on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War. What is going to be at number 7? Let's take a look at it. So number 7 on the list for top 10 best mages in Gems of War is... It's a tie, actually, between Phoenix and the Scourge of Honor. Now, these two troops are very similar in their spell, in that Phoenix is a... let's take a look at the troop first. It's a War Gear Divine with a 22 mana cost. His spell is Seek or Destroy. He will choose one. He will deal true damage, magic plus 5 true damage to all enemies, or he will summon 1 to 3 Volfire Hunters. The Scourge of Honor is a Daemon Wildfolk, 22 mana cost as well, from Cinemirage. He will deal true damage to all enemies and has the ability of gaining his mana back if enemies are cursed and diseased, and he has the ability of cursing and diseasing enemy troops. I should point out as well that Phoenix has the ability to bless and enchant a random ally when matching 4 or more gems. It's actually a pretty solid final trait right there, in that Phoenix is actually doing something positive for the ally team, and then the Scourge of Honor is doing something negative for the enemy team, which pairs very well together, to be honest. Not bad at all. All right, so this team is going to be with the Mountain Crusher weapon. This is perfectly paired with the Titan Hero class because of the 50% mana start, and of course the Storm's Aura for the trait right there in the talents. And of course, this is the setup that I have. I think you can actually switch out some talents here. If you want to get more barrier, I would recommend to go with Rock Solid and Lightning Strike for extra explosions on the board. And yeah, man, that is the most for the team. Nothing else is that notable here. Of course, you can set Thunder Fist, and that would work out for additional magic. Leprechaun's going to be at the back for the fast mana on this team. And of course, the banner here on this team is the Rat banner from the Dark Pits faction. This is a +2 on brown, +1 on green. Then we're minusing blue because no troop uses blue mana on this team. We're going to keep it right here in... did I do Golvania? Might not. Kelpie is on the enemy team. That's going to be problematic. Okay, we can stun him. Do I have impact set? Let's check. Do I have impact? Yeah, we can stun him. Let's go for it. If he takes a skull, he's going to get stunned, right? Come on, fool. Take the skull. There we go. That's what I want to see. All right, true damage. True damage again. Follow up with explosion. Let's go for the explosion once again. Get Phoenix powered up. Actually got both troops. Not bad. And now just let's kill him. There we go. Of course, you can move this team around and put it on, you know, a lower level Explorer and see how it works. But for Export 12, it still works out pretty well. Let's move on to the number 6 pick on the list. Now, what is the number 6 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Number 6 is Kronos. Now, Kronos is in a class by itself, to be honest, because it's one of the newer additions to the game that's so overpowered, man. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Kronos is a mystic from the Drifting Sands kingdom with a 24 mana cost of green, red, and purple. His spell is Time Flux. He will deal magic plus 5 damage to all enemies, then convert all blue gems to hourglass gems. And right at the end of the spell right there, that's where it gets broken as hell, right? Those hourglass gems are able to give you an extra turn even when you are frozen, which you should usually lose your turn if you match a 4-gem match, or you have the ability to gain an extra turn in your spell. You would lose it, but this sucker right here, it gives the ability to gain that extra turn no matter what, man. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. One of the most broken spells recently added to Gems of War, no doubt. It also has a decent setup for hit traits as well. It has Arcane. It will gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. It has Spell Armor. It reduces damage from spells by 25%. And it also has Essence of Time. It will enchant all allies when I get an extra turn, which it will definitely gain an extra turn because of that spell. It's kind of stupid, kind of ridiculous, man. All right, this is the team that I tend to love to use with Kronos. Borg 3000 on top of the team, destroying magic plus 1 gems, then creating those 3 bomb gems. I like using Borg along with Kronos because Borg takes in the yellow gems placed on the board by Kronos. We also have the Doomed Axe on the team. This is going to be great for converting purple gems to Doom Skulls, as well as it uses those hourglass gems, which are yellow gems. That you want to point that out. That's very important. The class is, of course, going to be Mechanist. Once you see Bork, Mechanist is going to be following up for the class. And this is a setup for my Mechanist right there. Serendipity set, Precision, Vanguard, Razor Armor, Mentor. Banishment is going to be pretty good so that the enemy cannot bypass my my damage right here by being submerged. That will not happen. I will take away that submerge every single time I match 4 or more gems. And then at the back of the team, we're going to be having Orrery. Orrery is a great troop for this team. Why? Because it allows for a constant flow of yellow gems on the board and the purple gems, because the axe, the Doomed Axe, is going to be converting those yellow gems, those purple gems, I should say, into Doom Skulls, so I can crack the enemy team wide open with Bork at the top. All right, let's take a look at the banner here. The banner on this team is the Fell banner from the Fell Roast faction right here. This is a +2/1 yellow, +1 on purple. We're minusing green. We can minus blue as well if we wanted to. So let's go this, minus blue. Let's see if there's such a banner. No such banner exists in the game right now. So we're gonna leave it the way it is. Right, so let's hop right into a Golvania battle. This is going to be pretty good because there is an enemy troop here that submerges, which is Kelpie, and we really want to kill him out, right? Let's see if we can get my Borg 3000 spell ready. That's the first assignment on this. And there we go. We have an extra turn. All the allies are enchanted. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead, cast Borg. Right, so right now we can go ahead and cast the Doomed Axe, but we don't want to do that. We want to look for alignment for that. There we go. Now we want to cast the axe. If we get an option, there's any possibility here of exploding an hourglass gem with the axe, we're gonna gain an extra turn. There we go. That's what you want to see, right? You want to allow the board to just give you more and more extra turns. Let's cast Bork. And we are spell ready again. Now let's see if I can get gems for Kronos. There we go. Now do I have alignment for the weapon? No, we do not, right? We don't. We can just match some gems, get some alignment somehow. See, we can max skulls and still have an extra turn. That's broken, bro. I don't know if you guys don't think about it like that, but I think that this is one of the most broken, overpowered troops in the longest. There we go. We picked up the win. And it's in an interesting way. I really, really like it. Maybe some persons don't, but I think that Kronos rightly sits at the number 6 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War. We should say this is a 2024 list as well. All right, let's move on to number 5 on the list. Now, what is the number 5 pick for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Number 5 is actually a tie between Draculus and Mortheni's Darkness. Now, these troops are pretty good in their respective ways. Some persons might say that Mortheni's Darkness stands above Draculus, but I can argue it both ways, right? Maybe you want to put it above Draculus and Draculus behind, or maybe you want to put Draculus in front. I think that they're a tie. Why? Because Draculus is, of course, an undead troop from Golvania. It steals life, right, from all enemies. Now, this type of damage is the best form of damage in Gems of War, because life steal, you take that life, you deal true damage, and then you take that HP for yourself, increasing your durability, which makes it very, very good. Now, Draculus has a skull damage reduction, and he will gain 8 life when I deal skull damage. Now, that allows him to gain life from his skull that he hits with, and along with that, he gains life from his spell, and he reduces damage from skulls. That is pretty cool. That's the reason why I would match him up with Mortheni's Darkness. Mortheni's Darkness also has some great advantages as well. She steals life, but she will bypass Submerge because she hits random enemies with her lifesteal, and she has the ability of summoning a Mortheni's Will, which is just, you know, like a you could say a shield somewhat, right? Just a battering ram so as to take away damage from your Mortheni's Darkness. It also has Death's Visage for the final trait. It will create a Uber Doom Skull when my turn begins. Pretty good. It gives a little bit of souls. It's not so important. But yeah, man, these two sit at the number 5 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War. All right, so the Wand of Stars is going to be at top of this team. We're going to be using it as the main generator option here, and so as to get the Wand of Stars spell ready, we're using the Drowned Sailor. You can also use the Ghost Queen to 50% mana start these troops if you want to, but I want to go down the route of getting a fast start for my troops by using an empowered option here. Let's adjust the banner on this team. We want to go with the Ice Veil and the class right here, not the banner, but I want to adjust the talents. What am I talking about? All right, that's it. You can also go with Banishment on this, but I would prefer to go with Lightning Strike because I want more and more mana for all the allies on the team. Right, the banner on this team is the... Where is the banner? There we go. The banner is a sunken banner right here. This is a +2 on blue, +1 on red, and we're minusing green, even though Draculus uses that color. We can also minus yellow. Let's go blue and minus yellow. Yeah, we can use this, the Trident banner. That should work pretty well. Yeah, let's hop out of here. Let's hop into another fight in Golvania. See how it works out for me. All right, let's convert some gems, and almost nothing to convert. Let's explode it then. There we go, man. See what I'm talking about? The Lightning Strike. The Lightning Strike can be very, very useful. Let's convert some more gems here. Did we get another explosion? Let's cast this. All right, so now we're gonna follow up with Drac, then Mortheni, and now Wand, and Wand again, and then AoE damage. There we go. And that is the number 5 pick on the list. Now we're in the midway. Let's move on to number 4. Now, what is the number 4 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Number 4 is Phoenicia. Now, Phoenicia is one of my favorite troops in the game. Still is one of my favorite troops, even though we have all these gem dragons and cosmic dragons and all different things. We still have to love Phoenicia, right? Phoenicia is a well-known troop. Elemental Strix, 24 mana cost from Suncrest. Rising Sun is the spell. It will deal magic +1 damage to all enemies, boosted by red gems and burning enemies. If there is a firestorm, deal double damage. And that's where the gist of this spell is. You just want to make sure that you have a firestorm, right? So red storm, always on the board. So as a result, persons pair Phoenicia rightly with the Sun Spear hero class. It has Heat Wave for the final trait. It will always have a red storm every single turn. It will restart that red storm right there. This is a setup for the talents. We have Snap Freeze, Insulated, Root Trap, Fire Starter. It's a redundant talent. There's no reason for it to be here, right? And Gift of Fire, Firebringer, and of course Fireblade. We have Thrall on the team for Mana Generator here, and then Finesse. I remember someone spoke to me about this team sometime back on a live stream, and I've loved it ever since I started using it, man. It really, really works well for a Phoenicia team. The banner here is the Banner of Sin from the Depths of Sin faction. It's a +2 on purple, +1 on red, minusing brown, no brown troops on the team. You know why Finesse is here at the back of the team? For the Gift of Finesse. It's going to be giving 4 to all skills on all Strix allies when matching 4 or more gems. So remember, Phoenicia is a Strix as well. Sometimes we love to point out that she's an elemental, but she's also a Strix. So you can always use her along with Finesse. All right, let's hop into a fight here. Let's see if we can make this a really quick fight, even though it might be slowed down somewhat because we have troops like the Gemini and Kelpie here submerging and reducing damage from damn it, what's up with this board, man? No purple on the starting board, man. We might take a pretty long time to get spell ready here. Let's cast this. Oh, there we go. There we go. I didn't point this out, but we're using the Celestial Flask right here. This is really good to use with any Guardian team, right? Once you see a Guardian like one of these, you can use it really well with the weapon, which is a Celestial Flask, because it gives you the opportunity to gain a lot of 4+ gem matches, and if you gain 4+ gem matches, you gain more stats, and that's why you need to use it with a Guardian. All right, let's go ahead and cast some damage here. Big boy damage. Now let's cast the Flask again. Follow up with Thrall, Phoenicia again. And this is going to be problematic, but I think that the Finesse should kill them here. There we go. Because Finesse deals double damage versus yellow. Both of those troops used yellow mana. It worked out, right? Let's see what's inside this. And nothing good. Booty cheeks as usual. All right, let's move on then to the number 4. Sorry, not number 4, but the number 3 pick on the list for the top 10 best mages. Now, what sits at the number 3 spot on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Can you guess it? Number 3 is Guard's Avatar. Now, Guard's Avatar is the big brother to Commander Dawnheart, right? Got buffed up recently in the most recent White Helm Kingdom rework. Divine Knight from White Helm, 24 mana cost. Spell is Guard's Wrath. It will deal magic +2 damage to all enemies boosted by my armor, burn undead, and silence daemon enemies. Now, if you use this troop, I know that persons tend to use it, but if you use this troop in the kingdom, which is either Goldvania or... Oh, let me grab my tribute here. Come on, bad boy. Give me this. 27 gems. All right. If you use this in Blighted Lands, Guard's Avatar is broken right over here, man. One of the best troops to use in this kingdom because... All right, let's hop into a fight and quit it and get to an Explore 12 battle, because this is an Explore 12 or maybe high-level PvP battle. But yeah, we're going to be using it in Explore 12. All right, so yeah, majority of the troops over here are going to be Daemon or Undead. Daemon, Undead, Daemon. Yeah, so it works really, really well in kingdoms like this because it could silence the entire enemy team or silence 3 or more of these suckers and it could make quick work of these troops. So let's take a look at the team. Up front, we're going to be having the Vulpine Protector. This is one of the weapons from Volpacia that I tend to like. It will give armor to all allies, so I don't need to target down my Guard's Avatar so as to buff up that sucker right there. And it can also barrier all allies. So just in case your troop is getting damaged before, you can cast a barrier, and that will allow you to safeguard that troop. We're using it with the Titan Hero class here as well. Nothing has changed on the Titan Hero class. Just Thrall here for the mana generator, and the Graveseer is going to be converting gems into Thrall. The banner should be the same, the Obsidian banner. All right, let's hop into this fight in the Blighted Lands, battle number 1. See how it works out. And let's get some mana to Thrall. There we go. Almost spell ready right here on Guard's Avatar. All right, let's cast this. Give everyone more armor. And Guard's Avatar is going to be silencing all the enemies. I think only one troop escaped the silence right there. And now let's kill him. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It works so well in this kingdom. It's kind of crazy. And I haven't seen players use it that much over here, but this is a spot to use your Guard's Avatar, man. It's the best location in all the kingdoms. Let's cast the weapon. There we go. We got a ×3 silence right there. That's so quick. Two-shotting enemy troops, explore 12 with my Guard's Avatar. It's an amazing team. So rightly, Guard's Avatar sits at the number 3 pick on the list in the top 10 best mages in Gems of War. What is the number 2 pick on the list? Let's take a look at it. Now, what could be the number 2 pick for the best mages in Gems of War? What could it be? Number 2 on the list is a fan favorite. Number 2 is Rowan, right? I don't think any other troop could rightly sit in this position. Rowan is one of the easiest troops to acquire, right? This is a Fey Elemental, 12 mana cost. Look at that, 12, so low, right? It's from the Force of Thorns. You actually pick up this troop for completing the Kingdom Quest. And this troop will carry you through the entire game, from the lowest levels all the way to the highest levels, and it still slaps even to this day. I hope that when the devs rework Force of Thorns, they don't mess up Rowan's spell. Maybe give it a little bit more oomph, but don't take nothing away from this bad boy right here. The spell is Thorns. It will just deal scatter damage boosted by my armor. And the boost ratio makes all the difference here. It allows it to deal a lot of damage if you just buff up Rowan's armor, man. It also has the ability to gain 1 armor at the start of each turn. It can gain 1 magic as well for each blue ally. And it has Nature Heart. It will gain 1 life for each green ally. This is the team that I've been running for Rowan, at least to show you guys. Board 3000 on top of the team, destroying 60 gems and creating those 3 bomb gems. Rowan is going to be in the second slot, followed by the Shield of Her Sky again. This is one of the best weapons to get from an early game, simply because it allows you to do so much with so many troops. So you really want to get this as quick as possible. It works wonders. And then Leprechaun at the back of this team for a fast start. Let's take a look at the banner here. The banner is the Deep Hive banner, the Hive banner, right? From the Deep Hive faction. It's a +2 on brown, +1 on green, minusing red, no troops, uses red mana on this team. And the class is, of course, the Titan Hero class. Nothing has changed here. Still the same from the previous teams. Number 2 is Rowan. All right, first assignment, Leprechaun. See if we can get Bork powered up. Bork for powering up the team. And now let's match this off. Get those 4+ gem matches off the board. Now let's cast this on Rowan. Big AoE damage. Ooh, we killed 1. Wow. That's beautiful. That is exactly what we want to see, man. And then we kill the rest, right? This is so easy. It's ridiculous, because like starting the game, you never really thought that Rowan would like track this well if you didn't like hear from other streamers or other persons who play Gems of War how good Rowan is. But as you go through the game, you start to realize that Rowan is one of the most broken troops in Gems of War, and it should not change. It should stay just like this, right? I really, really like it. All right, we are at the end here. What sits at the number 1 spot on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? We're gonna get there right after this. Now, we've covered the entire list, but what sits at the number 1 spot on the list for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Which troop comes to mind, man? What could beat out Guard's Avatar and Rowan in a top 10 best mage, and beat out Phoenicia as well in a top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Now, I want to point out, I excluded all Gem Dragons, all Cosmic Dragons. They are not included in this list. So no Stellarex, no Diamantina, no Ruby Wrath, no none of that. None of that is in this list. What is in the number 1 spot for the top 10 best mages in Gems of War? Y'all already know, right? Y'all already know what it is. Number 1 is Tesla. Nothing could be in the number one spot over this girl right here. Tesla is a human troop from Madonna. We all know the troop, right? The spell is Overclock. It's gonna deal damage through scatter damage, boosted by all ally and enemy armor. The stronger the enemies get, stronger she hits, man. You know what I mean? The stronger she hits. And that makes Tesla good for every game mode. Every game mode you could possibly think of, you can use Tesla. You can use Tesla and it will be amazing. Yeah, especially if you're doing like explore battles, it's really good. PvP, it's really good. Hour of Doom for blue and red, it's really good. Underworld, it's amazing. It is amazing. So yeah, Tesla rightly sits in the number one spot. Now, this team right here is one of the best teams for class leveling, especially while doing Explore 12 battles, because you can double up on your Tesla with Leprechaun, with the Sun Spear hero class right here. Because of the Red Storm, you really want to get more red mana for both the Teslas and the weapon, and it works out really, really well. The greatest thing about Tesla as well, Tesla, even though she's a mage, he does not require magic. So you don't need to be at a super high level in the game to use Tesla. Whatever level you're at, Tesla will work out for you. It will be amazing no matter what. All right, so let's go into a fight right here and see how we can use this double Tesla team to blow through Export 12. Let's go. You get the wand powered up. You cast the wand. See if you can get both your Teslas powered up. There we go. Once you have them, you cast one Tesla. Come on, hurry up and stop it. You cast two Tesla. That's it. That is it, man. It is one of the easiest teams to just like blow through Export 12 fights. No problems whatsoever. The rework for Adana allowed Tesla to really get like a super buff. She was strong before, but she became even more powerful after the Adana rework. And yeah, I love it. I use it in so many different areas, and it just works. It works really, really well. And yeah, that is the top 10 list for the best mages in Gems of War. Let's go back over it again. Number 10 on the list is the Foxfire King. Number 9 is Queen Titania. Number 8 is Commander Dawnheart. Number 7 is a tie between Phoenix and the Scourge of Honor. Number 6 is Kronos. Man, such a broken troop. Number 5 is a tie between Mortonized Darkness and Draculus. These are actually the only two life-stealing troops in the game. Not in the, sorry, let's take that back. It's the only two life-stealing troops on the list. All right, and followed up by Phoenicia in the number 4 spot. Number 3 is Guard's Avatar, rightly so, followed by Rowan in the number 2 spot, and then Phoenicia, sorry, not Phoenicia, but Tesla took the number 1 spot on the list, and it's a good spot. Hopefully you guys and gals found this video helpful and informative, and you like this type of video. If you did, I want you to run up that like button, comment to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.